How does Sergeant Angel get over the fence?
He jumps over it. That's the correct answer.
How does Danny get over the fence?
He doesn't.
He does.
Doesn't he go through it?
He goes through it. He stumbles through it.
Yeah, e-bikes are the Greyhound's only natural predator.
They really are. I want to come back to this. I don't think this is the perfect system.
I think it's perfect.
Okay, cool, good.
I think this is the perfect system.
Oh!
It's you and me. We're sailing on the sea in a friendship on an adventure. It's fantasy. Who do you want to be? Now the walls are falling away. I could play a bard with a broken heart. You could play a rogue because you stole our boat. So head out west. Now time to start a quest and party up with your friends.
Do you know the difference between a chase scene and a chase?
I do not. And at this position in the conversation, I'm not sure I care.
You don't care about chases or chase scenes?
I care about chase and chase scenes, but my position is like that this is usually one of the worst rabbit holes to get like sucked into.
Oh,
when
like
running a
definition
game.
stuff?
No. Chases.
Oh, no, chases are really, really good.
Say more.
Actually, do you know what? Chase scenes are really good. Because a scene has drama.
Okay.
A chase is just like, oh, who gets who? Do you get got or do you get not?
And that's not dramatic?
No, that's a question. If I asked, do you... Oh, no, actually, that would have been a good question. I was going to say, do you think you could beat me in a race? But immediately I'm going, yeah, I'm really excited about that race.
You are so wildly competitive, and I really enjoy it because I'm not even a little bit.
I'm stupidly competitive. Like, I'm the kind of person I'll race people up the stairs, but they don't know.
But they don't know you're racing them.
And like, I'm out of breath at the top, and they're going, hey, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm a winner. I'm really okay. You're not competitive?
I'm not competitive in zero-sum environments. This is a really clear thing for me in games at the moment.
Are you going to race me or not?
I don't mind a race. A race is okay. But I don't anymore play zero-sum games where the only way for me to win is to take away your fun.
Oh.
So like, you know when like you spend a month and a half and you build your Warhammer tank.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is my really cool tank and it's got really good stats. And also I'm really invested in it because I've painted it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to your local game shop. And for the other person to play with you in good faith, the best thing that they can do
Mess up your tank.
is remove your tank from play, is stop you from playing with your tank.
Just pick up your tank,
Yeah.
insert it into their gob, choo, 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 choo.
Yep. Honestly, Games Workshop store, like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I've eaten a lot of miniatures.
I was like, it's going to go in some hole. I really hope it's the mouth.
That's awful.
That's horrible. But that is why that's why Games Workshop makes their chaos models so spiky. Because people are just shelving them in fights. Just I really like games where you and I play together and at the end someone wins and someone loses. I love a Euro, like a Euro board game.
You said that you don't like competition, but you probably like team competition where we're trying to get points and all that kind of thing. My netball team versus your netball team.
Mm-hmm.
RPGs are generally team games, and it's like the team versus the situation.
Okay.
Or the obstacle, or whatever the hell
Sure.
the goal
Yep,
is.
yep,
right?
yep.
So if you're going, I don't like the idea of something where people are going to fail and they can't participate anymore, or they get beaten by the obstacle. Like imagine, here's the scene. We're all playing greyhounds and we're chasing down a rabbit or something.
Sure.
Down alleyways and stuff.
Yep. In the classic game, Dogs in the Bark.
Dogs in the Bark. That's it. Is this a real game?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a title, but someone did a Blades in the Dark thing about being dogs called Dogs in the Bark.
That's what. Okay, cool. Wild. Didn't know. We're playing Dogs in the Bark. We're all greyhounds. We're chasing a bunny rabbit. When you fail, when an obstacle beats you because a dog catcher comes out and captures one of you and you fail your evade going to jail roll.
Yes.
And you get dragged away. Yeah, you're no longer playing in that chase anymore, but you're on a team. So suddenly, to achieve the goal of getting this dastardly rabbit, you're now barracking for the other three players that are playing. Somebody else drops out. They get hit by a bicycle, by an e-bike going 120 k an hour.
Sure.
Both obliterated.
Yeah, e-bikes are the Greyhound's only natural predator.
They really are. They really are. And then there's only 2 people left. The second last person, he just decides to drop out and goes like, I don't want to risk it anymore. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Now there's only 1 person pursuing. And we're all barracking for that 1 person to succeed. There's a lot of pressure there. Do you know what I mean? It's exciting. Can we? Will we? But it's a scene because there's stuff happening along the way.
Mm-hmm.
What did we learn about my dog setting there? There are adversarial dog catchers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
E-bikes are the natural predators of
Yes.
greyhounds.
Yep.
And I don't know, maybe this player just didn't like it. It was a bad example, the last one. But the other 2,
we're modeling drive and pursuit and like motivation.
Sydney,
and
I wasn't modeling anything.
Okay.
I couldn't think of an example.
Well, the player spent their last motivation point, and being a greyhound, they had to go and sleep on a couch.
That's it. We learnt something about the system that we're playing. You ran out of dog resource.
Yeah.
Now you dog no more.
No more dog.
So that's the difference between a chase and a chase scene.
Uh-huh.
Chase just answers the question. Do we get him?
Right.
Chase scene goes, here's exposition, gameplay, and do we get him?
I want to unpack.
Wait.
Whoa.
Do you like the chase scene?
Do
you go yay or do you go nay? Or do you go maybe?
You and I use a term when we talk to each other.
Do it.
Which is the juice worth the squeeze?
Mm.
And I like the juice of your chase scene. I love the journey you took me on with the dogs chasing a rabbit.
Mm.
What we're missing though is the squeeze, is like how much work is it for the GM and the players to run that scene, to make that scene good?
The system, the structure.
The system, the structure, because you can get a really nice narrative arc in a combat if you have a system that has like interesting ways to interact with the environment and cool abilities to use and niches where you're the guy that carries a big axe and I'm the elf with a longbow. But if those systemic pieces aren't there, if there's no way for us to really do it and all we're doing is like I'm rolling attack, you're rolling defense, and we do that for 40 minutes, that squeeze, it doesn't matter how good the narrative of combat is at the end, that squeeze is too much. We're doing all the work.
What you just described is that you said, I like the juice of the chase.
Yes.
I don't really know what the squeeze is, which is a system. Here's an example. I like the juice of combat, but I can imagine a system where the system of combat completely sucks.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine crappy chase rules as well.
But
I don't care about that.
I'm not imagining this. I have experienced it.
You've had that about combat as well, though.
I've had it about investigations and about Yeah.
I don't think this is fair scrutiny. Do you think, do you put the same scrutiny on those other juices that you're getting out of combat, out of investigation?
Yeah, which is why I play games that have subsystems that support the kind of game I want to play.
Okay, so if you imagine a good chase rule resolution system, you think that it would be a game that is, at least in part, about the chases.
I wanted to answer the question that the game answers. So the term that gets used a lot in
the game
circles,
asks?
Yes, or perhaps both.
Oh.
The term that gets used a lot in indie circles is play to find out. And play to find out what is the following bit.
Yeah, cool.
And so
that's a great phrase.
Yeah, classically, apocalypse world, which popularized the term, is this is a post-apocalypse, and it's really hard to build human communities because the way that we engage with each other is transactional and built on power hierarchies and built on violence and all these like other things in like that Mad Max environment. So the play to find out is, what do you make of that? Like what do you as players representing characters in a community make of that space?
Mm-hmm.
All games are about removing all the friction except for the friction you want because it's fun to play with.
Yeah.
And which friction you leave in will tell you something about what the stakes or the question or whatever of the game is. And I think that when we talk about chases having a question and chase scenes having dramatic moments that conclude in a satisfying way, it's always going to be about like what question is the game answering, asking, what systems help to ask and answer that question, and therefore what systems can we use in the chase.
We have some games in front of us, and each of these have relations to chases.
In wildly different ways.
The only thing I want to get to before I start pointing at these games
Okay.
is that my favorite element of a chase is the obstacle. It's because I'm chasing the baddie down the street, something pops out. There's a couple of guys with a pane of glass, and I've got to go around them, and the goodie and the baddie, and they both have to do the same obstacle. I love that. I think that's fun, but I think it's also really useful.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a moment, I've told you this before, we were playing Curse of Strahd. Strahd had murdered 2 of our party members, and we all looked at each other and went, this is it. We're fighting the boss early. We're halfway through the campaign. But if he's killing us, we're killing him. We had the Sun Sword, and we went to town on this undead primordial incel. And we just demolished him to the point where this loser evaporated into mist. How embarrassing. And he started escaping. He has some contingency back at his castle.
Yeah.
It's regenerating him as he's fleeing.
Yes.
And suddenly we went from combat into a chase scene. The paladin summoned Steed, had the Sun Sword, and started riding down. We all dropped out because we didn't have the speed to catch up. And also 2 of us were dead. So my role just became, I'm going to track the distance, the number between Strahd as mist, moving faster than the paladin and the horse, and we're just going to track how fast that number increases until Strahd gets out of range of the paladin's spells and attacks. And genuinely, we got very close to killing him. But I don't think that was a chase scene, because we were only interested in the distance and the speed of the people involved. And I don't think that anatomy. Can you say it for me?
Anatomical?
Anatomical, thank you. I don't think that it's part of the anatomy of a chase scene to use speed and distance. I think the anatomy is obstacles.
Okay, yes. Right. I just wanted
to bring in that definitionally.
No, I love that. The thing that I'm hearing from you is that I'm not in a chase fighting you. I'm fighting the environment. And so are you.
Yeah. And I need to fight it better than you.
And you need to fight it better than me. Or you need to make my environment worse. That's the where they tip over the barrel behind them as they run.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, and I like it a lot. And I think that there's a really clear thing here that like a chase is not just a combat where hit points are distance.
Yes. What a great little phrase.
Yeah. Because then you're just recycling the same questions of your combat system, which aren't the same as the questions of a chase scene, which I really like.
But the chase scene has sub-questions. What are we learning about the environment? It's not only can we catch them, it's how do we catch them?
Yeah, right, because every obstacle that you see tells you something about the world.
Tells you something about the world, but at the end point, what is the win state look like? There's granularity there. Does one person catch up to them and now they're outnumbered? Does the villainous wizard catch up to them and rather than parley, chooses to execute the thief rather where the paladin would have subdued them.
Right.
And that situation was reached by engaging with the chase.
Yeah. So that granularity thing's a really good point to bring up, because the worst chases are that binary thing of can you catch the thief who is running away from you? And it's just like you're 5 points away, roll, success. You're 4 points away, roll. Oh, now you're 5 points away. Now you're 4 points away.
Tug of war.
And, that tug of war thing. And like where the stakes of the roll, of the individual action, the stakes of the individual moments in play are always nothing. It is the only stakes are the cumulative stakes of the scene. Because I want to bring this up. This is I think a really good example that's a general case. The traditional play rhythm of the conversation is I'm the GM and I pose you a challenge.
I kill him.
External to your character.
I shoot.
You try and ruin it in some way. But you I don't want to get too deep into action paths on this.
Yeah.
But you undergo an exploratory action path where you pose actions as a way to get information out of me.
Mm.
So, for example, the thief jumps over the fence and is running away, and you will say, "Oh, like how high's the fence? Can I get around it? Can I?" And so you'll explore that situation.
But what you need from me for the pace is to say, "I jump over the fence."
Pace. I need pace. I need response. And so what I desperately seek from a chase is, here's a piece of information for you to engage with. I engage with that piece of information. Here is the result of that information. Like, keep this pace high, keep it moving, keep it flowing. The situation's changing, but it's changing dynamically. It's changing with breath, with life, with excitement.
Maybe, but look, I understand that you could lose pace in negotiating the fiction of these challenges, but there is juice in it, because the correct answer isn't necessarily I jump over it. That's not necessarily the correct answer. How does Sergeant Angel get over the fence?
He jumps over it. That's the correct answer.
How does Danny get over the fence?
He doesn't.
He does.
Doesn't he go through it?
He goes through it. He stumbles through it.
So he gets past the fence. Yeah.
Overcoming the fence obstacle for Sergeant Angel, he does a flip over it.
Mm-hmm.
Overcoming the fence obstacle for Danny, he crashes through it.
Yes.
They both wanted to get to the other side of the fence, and they both did. They both overcame it, and it looked different.
Yes.
And those two players were probably negotiating the terms of that fiction and engaging with the different ways. Now, maybe that would be incredibly slow at a table where it has to be a conversation between two people because the interface and the way we engage with the story is just so distant.
Mm-hmm.
But there's juice there as well. So if you're saying the obstacles themselves don't have anything in them, they only matter because they build up to a success or failure at the end of the chase, I think that the obstacles do have that juice because we learn about the characters, and they do have the juice for exposition, internal, external exposition.
I want to put a position out here, which is that I agree with the potential for everything you've said. I am very supportive of the potential for a massive amount of juice in the obstacles. However, that is work, that is like labor that is left to the GM to do.
Yeah.
And if you flick through almost any game about chases, it will say things like obstacles, high fence. And like a high fence is not interesting. Even down to, I will be so specific as to say, if you're doing an urban chase and you say, and there's a crowd of people, I'm uninterested, right? But if you say it's carnival and like there are people and they're wearing masks and there's music and there's a parade with floats, that's toothy, right?
Yeah, but that's work.
And so I'm always cautious to say the system is bad, but a GM who's willing to put in the work can make it good, and therefore it is good.
I started imagining your view of GM is GM as family member, and my view of GM is GM as organ donor.
Yeah. And I think we've spoken about that previously. Yeah.
So I think that's just the thing we're running into then, which I'm okay. Like I'm
super okay with it.
Yeah,
with highlighting it. If I do my like best brain transplant, and bring you in, and try to what's all this?
No.
If I try to match into your position and think of it as GM as organ donor, think of like, okay, I want to do the work. I'm writing some pre-campaign stuff for Band of Blades right now. And Band of Blades has a lot of like, roll a random mission. I am writing bespoke every mission for that campaign.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of work.
Oh, I love that.
But it's lonely fun is the term of art, right? I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that process.
That's really hard because in Australia at the moment, you need to have a government ID registered on the website to have lonely fun. Hey, it's Matt from the editing room here, and I don't want to hear a thing about it. But yes, I have lost my voice since we initially recorded that episode. But I'm not here to complain about that. I'm here to show you this amazing comment we received on our YouTube a little while ago from Aragorn Weaver. Aragorn said, "You guys have helped initiate so many great conversations between my son and I. And holy smokes, what a great comment. I'm so flattered. I'm so honored that we could help you connect with somebody in your real life. That's great. So my message is to everybody out there, if you have someone in your life you'd like to have a game design discussion with, then just send them a link to this video or a link to one of the previous videos and have, just have a good chat. That's what it's all about. Because people get surprised about this all the time. If you're on YouTube, scroll down and make your eyes look at how many subscribers we have or how many views these videos get. You're not early to the video. We just happen to not get many views on these videos. We will eventually, but the only way we get there is if you help us out by being our marketing team and sharing these videos with the people you think will enjoy them. And then go have a good chat with them. Okay, let's get back into it. We're going to show you some examples of games that have chase rules in them. Hey, check this out. So this game is Warhammer 4th edition. This game has chase rules in it, and it also has obstacles in it, but it is not interested in the obstacles at all. It sees chases as a competition of character athleticism and distance and luck. And so I'm trying to outrun you. And the relationship this game has with obstacles is it says, if you fail, the obstacle is the post hoc justification for that failure. Why did my rat catcher, who runs all day, fail this run through the sewers? Oh, it must have been because there was an obstacle. You had a rat that particularly hated you and he finally got you back.
I have such a visceral gut reaction to that.
Yeah.
Just like, I want cards on the table. I've played a ton of this game.
Oh, cool.
I love it.
You do ever do a chase?
We never did a chase.
Yeah.
Never did a chase. And the gut reaction of like, oh, we'll roll and then we'll make up fiction to make the rolls make sense. Offends my sensibilities.
I need fiction either side. Yeah. I need fiction. Like, let me put my cards on the table. I'm going to stay to position in the fiction, and like now I'm on that ledge. We roll, and the fiction at the end has to be informed by that fiction at the start. And sometimes that's going to be really bad for me because that's like I said I kick in the door, didn't I? I've already said that. But let me just put a value on this. I don't think that Warhammer Fantasy 4th edition has good chase rules there. Because I think the chase scene is about the obstacles, and it's not interested in the obstacles.
It uses the obstacles to justify the thing that it is interested in, which is what's your D100 roll. Yeah,
but it does recognize that obstacles are part of the trappings of a chase scene.
Yeah, they're wallpaper. Yeah,
with Warhammer Fantasy, its chase scenes, for one, it's got a really light system. We're just rolling against each other. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It might even be quick. I don't know. But there actually isn't any juice in there because the juice is in the obstacles.
So this is really interesting because you're entirely right. So Warhammer, or I'm in a WFRP, a WFRP, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. So
okay.
like,
I want the whole thing every time.
WFRP is the fun, the play, the tactile friction in that game is you start with, you're rolling a D100, you start with a really low number, and then you negotiate a bunch of ways for that number to get higher.
Yeah.
And so if you're in combat, it's hard to hit someone, but if you're flanking them and you're doing this and you do a combat maneuver, that number gets easier to hit. And the player says, well, I'm a rat catcher, I'm at home in the sewers, right? Oh yeah, you get a conditional advantage of plus 20. And that's what Wolfrip's like play cycle looks like. The problem with that is that it's very slow. And I guess rolling that and resolving and being like, we need an obstacle, like we can just make one up, is a fine way.
Here's a quicker game then. Blade, Runner, Free League.
It's got Runner in the title. It must be about running. It must be about chases.
This box is hefty. This is a heavy game.
Free League have absolutely killed it with all of their starter sets. Just in terms of like production quality, what you get in the box. I'm actually a big fan.
Yeah, sick. This is a sick box. But they have chase rules in there. And it's pretty quick. It resolves via cards. They go, you're the predator, I'm the prey. and we have different decks of the maneuvers we can take. There are different decks for if it's a flying chase, a foot chase, or a car chase.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And we have to blindly select a maneuver that we're going to deploy on our turn in the chase.
Okay.
Right? We play it face down or whatever.
Yeah. So I was the predator, so I'm chasing you.
Yeah. I'm going
So
to try the hide skill.
Yep.
You're going to try the ram skill and run me off the road.
Are we're driving? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
try and ram you in my space car.
And so we both have them, and we're going to see whether we there's going to be some rolls involved after we reveal our cards.
Yeah, I've got to roll my drive skill or whatever. Yeah.
But it is a kind of rock, paper, scissors light kind of thing. We're both going to flip up. But before that happens, the dungeon master, it's called the game runner in this, which is a very funny gag.
That is very good.
That's a good gag. Yeah. The game runner will turn up an obstacle and say, there's actually a crowd. And this means, because there's so many eyes, maybe hide checks are at disadvantage or whatever, and this other one gets a bonus. So at this point, I've committed to hide, you've committed to ram, and I can see, hide has a disadvantage. I'm not going to go ahead with my skill thing. I'm going to not take the risk. What I like about this, that it goes, do you want to take this risk or not, is that usually the person that wins the chase is the person that's willing to take the most risk.
Mm-hmm.
Chases are also about negotiating risk in the face of obstacles. You watch a police chase, they're not going top speed, they're going quite slow, but very slowly the Bronco escapes by going through the intersection at not top speed, not blasting through, but maybe at 30k an hour, but they're still not meant to do that, and it's risky, and the cops aren't willing to take that risk, so the guy gets away.
What are the stakes of our roll? If I take the risk and I succeed at ram.
I don't have the system mastery to be able to give you an answer for that, but I do know that the game specifically says, do you want to go ahead with your thing? And so there must be a reason for me not to do it, and it must be a reason for me to do it.
And that's the thing that I want from a chase scene, is I want you're driving along and it's future Carnival on the streets of Blade Runner Brazil.
Every setting, every chase scene, it's Carnival. We're playing Alien.
If you don't think Carnival will be the one thing that we export to the stars, I don't want to be on your spaceship. So yeah, it's Carnival. I'm going to ram you. You're trying to hide.
Yeah.
And we pull out a thing and it says crowd. To hide is increased, ramming is decreased, because there's...
Oh, yeah. That probably makes more sense in my example.
There has to be some stake there that I have to be wanting to pursue, but also willing to lose. And I have an example in this moment for you.
Cool.
You were talking before about our friend Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, jumping over fences, right?
Yes.
There is a bit in, I think, that same scene. Where they're driving and there's the swan that they've been chasing.
Yeah.
And there is a momentary flash of do we stop and get this swan, or do we keep pursuing the criminal?
You're actually skipping ahead. They jump over the fences. They actually come to a crossroads in the cobblestone alleyways in this idyllic village. They see the vagrant going that way, and at the end of the hallway, there's a corridor. He sees the goose or the swan or whatever, and he decides to
go.
Just
the one swan, actually.
One swan, and he decides to go for the vagrant instead. He leaves the swan behind.
Yes.
It's only towards the end of the movie when they've had their kick-ass montage and they're both super cops that they get the swan.
And that's the obstacle telling us something about the characters, right? That moment of do I pursue the card that I put down, which is chase criminal, or do I withdraw so that I can pursue swan?
Or play protect crowd from my driving.
Protect crowd. That is interesting because it has stakes, because it tells you something about the character, all that sort of stuff. But the important thing is that stake can't always be, do I win the chase? Because then to back off is boring and difficult. You can only get to really spend that once.
That's a kind of obstacle. That would be a character obstacle.
Yeah.
That's we're all playing Survivor and we're all hanging off this thing. And Jeff says, now, if 2 people drop out, you can both have hamburgers. And you go, oh, my priorities. I really want $1 million, but a hamburger in this situation, I want the hamburger.
I didn't know that you were on a first name basis with Mr. Probst.
I can't say his surname properly. I don't want to risk it to a mic. Why did he put like a P, a T, and an S? He's trying to kill me.
Oh, that's so funny.
But that's the same kind of thing.
It's the same kind of thing.
Hey, your character, what are your character's priorities? Let's test that in this context.
Yes.
But then there are other expositional elements of, here's a challenge. How do you overcome it? And how does that compare to the way other people overcome it?
Yeah. And there's the moment of, you're the, to get away from like the real life police chase, whatever. You're the paladin on a mighty steed riding through the streets of an urban village.
Yeah.
And the bell rings and the school lets out and all the children come across and it's like, do you ride through those children or like try and jump them or whatever?
Check out, I'm gonna kickflip these children. The horse. I don't really know what paladins do.
I don't really know what kickflips are. So
cool.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's where we get
if
on.
you looked at the two of us and said which one knows about paladins and which one knows about kickflips, I reckon you could.
I barely know about kickflips. I tried one. I skated for so long. I wasn't great, but like 5 or 6 years ago, there's a skate park next to my house. So I went, oh, cool. One kickflip. I'm like, I wonder if I can still do these. I was in hospital for so long, in and out. My entire leg turned blue.
Oh,
it was like it's like deep soft tissue damage.
Sure.
And like a hematoma, and it's my leg just turned into a zombie. I'll show you pictures. It's crazy.
I mean,
yeah, good.
And if you'd like pictures, go to start.
No.
So every part of that is critical. If you didn't have to do the rock, paper, scissors, declare your action, they just said, here's an obstacle. You would just declare the action that is the best against that obstacle, right?
Yeah.
So you have to declare. And if you just declared and they answered, that's just scissors, paper, rock. And we kind of get bored of that as a process.
And what you're declaring there isn't just, this is what I'm going to do. It's, this is what pursues my goals the best.
Yes.
This is what I want.
Yes. This is the action I'm taking in order to achieve the intent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to make that declaration. That declaration has to be modified by an obstacle. And then we have to roll to meet it. And there has to be a moment where you can change your mind in some way in a limited structure. And that, in this case, is pulling out. This is amazing design, by the way. And that's a really well designed system. Like that's clean, it's smooth, it has enough friction, but not too much, all that sort of stuff. I want to talk about a different Free League game that does it differently.
Okay.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun.
I want to come back to this. I don't think this is the perfect system.
I think it's perfect.
Okay, cool, good.
I think this is the perfect system.
Oh!
This is Alien.
Yeah.
This is also by Free League. In Alien, you are the game mother, I think.
Are you serious?
You know how like mother is the term?
No, did they really do game runner, game mother?
I think so. Yeah. It's been a while since I've read the text of this.
I'm becoming offended.
I'm playing in an Alien game at the moment, having a great time. So Alien is built, the core mechanic is built on this idea of stress.
Yeah.
And then stress leads to panic.
Yeah.
So that's the core system. Alien's chase system, and I think that's the reason this is interesting to bring up, is in Alien, you are not the chaser.
Never.
You are the chased. Almost always.
I actually really appreciate how deliberate that must be.
Yeah, it's very good. Alien doesn't have a chase system. If you read through this, if you Control F this and look for the word chase, you won't find it.
Okay.
So what happens when you get discovered by the xenomorph and it runs after you and you want to run through the vents to escape it?
Mm-hmm.
Go back to your core system.
Movement, stress.
Do a mobility roll because there's mobility. If that's what you're doing, if you're running away, it's mobility. Roll your dice pool, including your stress. But also, you're being chased by an alien. So mark some stress for that. First things first, mark some stress. Then you're going to roll that pool, and because that adrenaline's up, you're probably more likely to succeed. But if you panic, you're going to lose control of that character, and you're probably going to get munched by the little mouth. And the beauty of this, the reason that I like this, is when we talk about juice, the idea of you see an alien, mark 2 stress, take 2 extra dice in your pool, What do you do? I run away. Roll mobility. Oh, look at all these dice I have. Oh, that felt really good to roll. The stakes are massively high. I'm gonna get got. It is so juicy, and the squeeze is just keep interacting with the same system. So we've been telling you to interact with.
Yeah, you don't have to leave your home.
Because the question in Alien is always, can you do this without going over the top, without breaking?
I like that because that's this core question I have in my life as well. Can I do this without embarrassing myself?
Can I do this without freezing and urinating on myself? Yes.
Now, yeah, you've always said that you love systems that interact with systems, and then play and fun kind of emerges from that. And you get like some strange outcomes, some desired outcomes, but like it's systems and systems and affecting other systems.
Yes.
And so that's an example, Alien, where you don't need a bespoke system to run chase scenes because the chase juice can be like reconstructed from the existing systems. And sometimes it might even just emerge from the existing systems.
And arguably your Stride example didn't need a distance thing. The question was, we know Stride's going to outrun you. Can you do enough HP damage in time? And that's just using existing systems.
Yeah. I liked that moment when we were chasing Stride, but I wouldn't call it a chase scene.
No, because the systems that you had to hand were combat.
It was combat.
So you did a combat chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we resolved a chase with the combat system.
Yes.
Maybe. But the chase scene, being about the obstacles, is about that exposition.
Right.
And I've thought of a third kind of exposition it has. Exposition about the setting. We know that there's gondolas in this setting because we jumped across the canal by using their boats.
Yes.
We know that this setting loves swing dancing because we busted through a tavern and we had to like grab a partner and do-si-do through the terrain.
I love it.
Then the second kind of exposition of, well, how does my character do this compared to how do your character do this?
Yes.
Of overcoming the same challenge and being a direct comparison. And then also the exposition internally of what are your priorities? Do you get the goose or do you chase the villain?
Yeah.
There's a third kind. I think there's a promise a chase makes that some people aren't going to make it. When 40 cops are chasing the Blues Brothers, we see a lot of them drive off the bridge. One crashes into the hay, one crashes into that or that. We're going to drop off until there's only just a few of us left. And the non-participants, we actually learn about those people around the table. It's like, hey, look, we're on the same team, and I'm barracking for you to succeed, and I'm not bitter at all that I've dropped out, because if you're in it, I'm in it, because we're in it, because that's the quest. We are. This is a podcast called Start a Quest. You can sign up for the newsletter at start-a-quest.com. This has been a good one.
This has been a great one. I care now.
Oh, you can now.
I can now.
I learned to love.
I learned. I really like having 3 games that talk about the same thing in different ways.